Again, this is worldwide. We're talking about national security. We process 135,000 security checks every single day as we make decisions on applications. That's a lot of security checks, 135,000 a day. We adjudicate 30,000 applications for a variety of things, whether it's for permanent residence, for somebody to get a green card, or to replace a lost document, or to become an American citizen. Just a variety of different things that we do. 7,000 green cards we issue every day, nationwide. That's a lot of new immigrants. This is the one I'm most proud of. We naturalize 2,600 people every day. That means those 2,600 people each day become American citizens. I think that's pretty impressive. And that's truly what I'm most proud of as an officer of this agency. I think I'm going to leave it at that because what I want to do is answer questions. A couple of things, though, that I want to make sure you understand is that if you're in a situation and you need help with an immigration issue, whether you think you might be in trouble or you think you might be eligible for an immigration benefit or you just want information, there's a variety of things that you can do. You can come into our office. And you should not be afraid to come into our office unless there is a warrant for your arrest by any law enforcement agency. Because if we find out about that, we're going to call generally Tampa PD, or we may call ICE, depending, because there's a warrant for your arrest. Or if you've been in removal proceedings, if you've been before an immigration judge, and there's a warrant for your removal, we're going to call ICE. Because again, as we've talked about all night, we're protecting the United States, okay? Or if you're involved in marriage fraud, you really don't want to come into our office. But barring those things, if you have a question, you need help, you need a form, come in and see us. You make an appointment. It's all done online through what we call InfoPass. You make an appointment for a particular day, for a particular time, and you come in and you speak to an immigration officer. We don't give advice. That's not what we do, because it would be a conflict. Because we're the people making decisions on applications, so it would be a conflict if we gave you advice about an application, whether or not you qualified, et cetera. So it's a conflict that we just can't get into. You can call our 1-800 number. It's a good tool for general immigration questions. I mean, very general. It's probably better to come into our office. You can also see an immigration attorney, and we're going to hear from an immigration attorney later on. Mr. Zeller and I have known each other since December of 1994. We just figured out, known each other for a long time. We both enforce the Immigration and Nationality Act. Anyone that is applying for an immigration benefit is entitled to representation. So while we may be on different sides of the desk, I may be doing an interview, he might be representing a client. We still want the same thing. We want the right benefit for the right person at the right time. Okay? So you can see an immigration attorney. There are also what we call accredited representatives. And I have a handout that has a link to who those accredited representatives are. And what an accredited representative is it someone who is not an attorney, that works for a nonprofit organization, but they've had sufficient training in immigration law and practice, and many of them are as good as an attorney. I know a paralegal in the immigration field, Carlos Betancourt. You know Carlos?
I do.
The man's brilliant. He's been practicing law for I don't know how many years. He's not an attorney, but he's brilliant. So there's a lot of different people out there that are very capable of practicing law without being attorneys. But these people have, again, they've had the training, they've been certified, they have permission not only from my agency, Homeland Security, but also from the Department of Justice, both federal agencies, to practice law. One of the main differences is that they can only charge a nominal fee, and it has to be a nonprofit organization. But that's 4 different avenues right there if you need immigration help. The one thing you don't want to do is go to a notary Notaries all over the place, all over the United States are practicing immigration law. We know it. There's very unscrupulous people out there that are practicing immigration law. They don't have the authority, they don't have the knowledge, and they will take your money in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I just spoke to a young man from Mexico last week. He's 25 years old. The first person he paid for a green card, he paid $5,000. The second person he paid for a green card, he paid $7,000. He's a farm worker. He works in agriculture. He doesn't make any money, and he's supporting his family in Mexico. You think he had $12,000 for nothing? But that money's gone because he went to the wrong person, he listened to the wrong person, and it's very, very sad. So one of the brochures I'm going to give you talks about how to avoid those kinds of people because they're nasty. And they can be from your own community, they can be from your own country, but if they want your money, they'll promise you things that they can't provide because they want your money. So be very, very careful. If you ever need immigration help, assistance, that you go to the right person, okay? So that's basically our agency and what we do. And so now I want to open it up to questions, because I know you've got questions. Yes?
Those who say give us bad advice, can they be prosecuted?
Yes, they can.